I would like to talk about the secret language of subtext. As an actor, have you ever wondered how to practically approach the layer of subtext? In this video, I will help you learn how to uncover the secret language of subtext, explain what subtext means, and provide a practical approach to uncovering it in your craft. Great actors learn how to live between the lines. We're given scripts, words on a page, but the actor's job is not just to say them. It is to bring them to life. And part of that means to reveal what the character is not saying. It's that hidden layer, that emotional undercurrent, the truth bubbling just underneath the dialogue. That is what we call subtext. Mastering subtext is the difference between delivering the lines and inhabiting the character. And the key to doing it well is mastering something that is referred to as the inner monologue. The inner monologue is that internal engine that drives a believable and layered performance. So let's get a little bit deeper into what is subtext in acting. Subtext is the unspoken thoughts that are behind the words. For example, let's say your character says, "Nice to see you." The subtext might be, "I've missed you. I can't believe you're here after what you just did. I still love you, but I'm never going to admit it." You see, the line is the same, but the truth and how it plays depends entirely on what's going on underneath. In acting, subtext is connected to the given circumstances of the character. So it's not an arbitrary thing that you're just picking up out of nowhere. The actor must refer to the given circumstances, understand the drama and what's at stake for their character, understand the relationship to the person that they're talking to. And through the process of doing all this detective work, as an actor, you can make decisions, informed decisions, about what your character's subtext might be. The subtext is the underlying emotion, intention, and psychology. And it's all wrapped in how you deliver the line, how you move, and how you listen. Without subtext, your performance will just stay flat or simply just rest on the surface. So there is a technique, you may have heard this terminology before. It's referred to as the inner monologue. The inner monologue is the source of the authentic subtext that you're exploring for the character. More specifically, the inner monologue is the stream of consciousness running through your character's mind. It encompasses the character's fears, motivations, judgments, memories, and the character's need, what they want, what they desire. It's what they're really thinking at the same time that they're speaking. It's also your creative tool as the actor to create a continuous through line of emotional thought underneath the text. If you want to master the technique of inner monologue and subtext, you must learn to activate and live in that inner monologue in every moment on stage or on screen. The perfect frame of reference for this technique is through your own lived human experiences. We live in our inner monologues every single day as human beings. Not only do we do it, but we also can observe other people living in their inner monologue as well. If you're a perceptive person and you see somebody saying one thing and meaning another, you can see it in their behavior. You can see it in how they say the thing. And this is a perfect reference point for how to take that human truth that exists in everyday life and apply it to your creative work on a character. So when have you said something and meant something else? Or when have you observed this in other people? As Meryl Streep said, and I quote, "Acting is not about being someone different. It's finding the similarity in what is apparently different, then finding myself in there." So here's step one for building an inner monologue for a character. Before you can actually play subtext, you need to understand and explore what is going on with the character internally. So the process is to ask yourself specific questions such as, what is my character thinking right now based on the given circumstances that I understand? What do they want in this moment? What are they trying to hide? Or what might be something that they're trying to hide? And what are they afraid will happen if they actually tell the truth? The goal for the actor, as in every scene, is to inhabit the character in the given circumstance. So it's not like writing a separate inner monologue and then memorizing it. It's about taking into consideration how your character is being affected by the drama, by the relationships, and allowing yourself to explore the possibilities. Let's say the character's line is, "No, I don't care." The inner monologue might be, "Of course I care, but if I admit that, I look weak. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction." Step 2. Let your inner monologue guide your behavior. Creating subtext truthfully and successfully as an actor depends on how you say the line, not just what you say. So how you say something when it's filled with something different underneath releases in different ways. It releases through your voice, first of all, and that's definitely something important to explore, but it also releases through your behavior and how you hold yourself. And these subtle, revealing physical things can go a long way creatively, and they're fun to explore. It might show up in how you breathe, a pause, breaking eye contact. It depends on whether or not you touch the person, or maybe you retreat. In other words, when subtext is real and active, your performance becomes layered, grounded, and unpredictable in the best possible way. And actors who do this well don't perform emotions. They live in them. Step 3. Practice subtext with material that are designed for subtext. So it's helpful to review material, and that includes plays and films and television, scenes where the characters don't really communicate in a direct way. In other words, they talk around what they really mean, or they lie to protect themselves, or you can feel in the material that they're saying one thing and feeling another. Very concrete examples of this are playwrights such as Chekhov, Harold Pinter, David Mamet, or if you go into the TV world, Fleabag, The Bear, Better Call Saul. The writing in these shows are rich and layered and a playground for subtext. So when you're reading this material, as you're reading the lines, see if you can imagine, as you get more familiar with the scene, what is my character feeling or saying underneath the words that are actually coming out of their mouth. You can write it down in the margins, or you can just write it down in a journal. It's helpful to practice the scene, even if you're just reading off the page, and leave room to explore your impulses and to explore what happens if you actually drop yourself into the inner monologue while you're saying the lines on the page. Notice what happens to your body. Notice what happens to your behavior and the way that you treat the other character. It might also be helpful to record the scene, allow your inner monologues to play out and explore them, and then watch the playback and see what happens. What shows up? What layers are there? What nuances are there? What things surprised you that you didn't notice while you were doing it that actually shows up when you watch it played back again? Hopefully you start to see the emotional truth that's going on underneath pour out through the cracks. That's really where the magic is. The last thing is to explore inner monologues with your cold readings and with your auditions. This is really helpful with audition scenes so that you don't get stuck in just doing what you feel is right. What casting directors say about what they're looking for in an actor is they really want to see specificity and emotional truth. So if you really do the work and you look at your audition scene and try to figure out the vulnerability of your character, think about their need, what's driving them, and then you look at the text and you ask yourself, is this what my character really wants to say? Or does it feel like they're just saying it because they don't want to get into the whole thing of what they really feel inside? If it's a well-written script, most likely you're going to feel something like that, and you can use your artistic process to fill that in and give yourself a layered, nuanced audition. Having a strong inner monologue can make your choices bolder, more grounded, and more consistent. Incorporating subtext and the inner monologue technique is something that every actor should use in their own way. There's no right or wrong about it. It's just using the tool to open up your creativity. Mastering this technique is about breathing life into the text, making it human, making it more real. So the next time you get a script, don't just think of the lines as the gospel. Ask yourself, this is what my character is saying, but what do they really mean? What are they really thinking? What are they not saying? That's how you begin to unlock the inner monologue and bring the subtext to life. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Click on the description below for links to our website, as well as our free weekly newsletter. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.